Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a bonus reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Leo, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Leo, I hope that you're doing well. These readings are all about what your dreams are telling you, or trying to tell you, trying to communicate. So I'm going to be using 3 decks for your reading today. The first one for the overall energy is the Wild Unknown Archetypes. And then for your Oracle and Tarot combined, I'm going to be using the Tarot of Mystical Moments and the Oracle of Mystical Moments, both by Katrin Waldstein. So the cards have been pre-shuffled. Let's get the overall energy for Leo. Right away, there was just no doubt. It's almost like the way that it just kind of plopped out. There was no doubt. The Creator, number 22, which is a beautiful master number. You could be an artist. This image could resonate with you in terms of a color palette. I just heard that you are trying to maybe start a new business, restart your life. I just heard jump start my life. I just heard that expression. But the Creator energy is all about not just having the confidence to start something new, start something fresh and with a blank slate or blank canvas, as it were, but also being able to channel your higher self and spirit, where that creativity resides, right? It seems like when we're young, the creativity comes out of our imagination, and it absolutely does. But then as we get older, we start to follow this journey of enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment about ourselves, and then we realize, wait, was all my creativity spirit that whole time? But of course it was, because you are spirit, right? So I don't know if you believe any of that, but that's what I'm being channeled to say. You are spirit, so of course it comes from spirit, because you are spirit. But it's heightened, and spirit might be trying to show you brand new ideas towards that end, towards your creativity. They're encouraging you to also use a lot of, use a lot of color, but also to draw outside the lines, think outside the box, that kind of energy, because it's almost like I see the color trying to push away the darkness. That could be another thing too, that in your dreams you're trying to figure out how to push away personal darkness. It starts with one movement at a time. Seeing this, it's almost like if you had this in your hand and you were just drawing a shape. Let's just like get something out there, get something on paper, put something in writing for yourself, whether it's journaling or storyboarding, vision boarding, making a list, something where it's not just trapped inside your brain. Even if you memorized it and you have everything laid out, put it outside of yourself, because then it's like you're manifesting it. It seems really, really important. Almost as if like somebody crucial to your success outside of you, whether that's a parent or just a really amazing friend, will see this and not take it from you, but encourage you along those lines. So let's say you write a short story. You write a short story, and then you write it down, and then you like email it to your friend. You say, I just wrote this thing. Like, could you read it and tell me if it's any good? And they read that one page or that one long paragraph or whatever it is, and they say, where's the next installment? Where's the next chapter? Where's the rest? I want to keep reading. I want to keep experiencing the world that you've created. So there's something to that. So I'm going to get 3 cards from the Oracle deck, 3 cards from the Tarot deck. There's no particular layout. It's just the message that you need to hear right now. So 3 cards of Oracle are out, 3 cards for Tarot. 5 cards came out. It's a lot. 5 cards came out, but I will show you the extra 2 will be part of your overall energy. The Ace of Cups and the 8 of Wands. So I just happened to choose a very painterly deck for this series of readings, so I feel as though it fits in very nicely with this creator energy. Ace of Cups talks about brand new beginnings in love, in something that fuels the heart space. So it could be just falling in love with oneself again. That's the, I mean, truly, it's the best kind of love. You fall in love with yourself. You fall in love with your life. You fall in love with the universe and the Mother Earth and just your surroundings. I mean, you're hugging everything. You're so grateful. And through that love, all of this like explosion of light and color and growth, right? Butterflies represent transformation, growth. It just emerges from you like this like beacon of light. 8 of Wands in this depiction, she's being carried up by a lot of umbrellas. It's not just light and light source, but light as in lightweight, that there's some kind of upliftment of your energy right now. And as I'm saying that, and I hate to say this because it just breaks my heart a little bit, but there, across the street from me, there's a homeless man walking, right? He's just walking very slowly. He has his bags, right? And it's not like this for everyone. It's not, and Spirit is showing me a very humble reminder of that it can't always be like this for us. It can't always be like this for others. But we have to start with us so that we can help others. We have to start with us so that we can raise the vibration, so that we have enough in our cup so that we can spread that energy. Umbrellas in the tarot can often represent protection from Spirit. You know, if you fall within this energy right now, it's almost like you're feeling a sense of responsibility to it, to the blessing itself. 8 of Wands talks about fast action and fast communication. So things could be, it's almost like Spirit's showing me like a pipe or a hose, and when you know, a water shutoff valve, the water valve is open and all the water is coming out. And it's like kids in the summertime with the fire hydrants being open and just being joyous and running through, cooling themselves off, having fun, laughter, running around. And sometimes the adults will join in too. And then there's this sense of, I'm just feeling this like sense of community, this sense of connection to community. And it all could be happening so quickly, like this wave washing over you. How did I get so fortunate? How did that happen? I mean, part of it is Spirit, but a large part of it is you. It's your attitude, it's your perspective on the world, right? So that's tremendous energy to start the reading. So let's look at your base spread. The first is such a peculiar card. It's number 49, which reduces to a 13, with a 13, which is the Death card energy. Remember, this kind of also represents Death card energy in that it's about transformation. And the words are keys on trees. Within this Oracle deck, this is probably one of the most popular, one of the most memorable, I guess, of all the cards in this deck. Both of her decks are so surreal. I can't wait. I hope she's producing another deck because her decks are just so stunning. But there's a couple of things that happen when I look at this card. This seems kind of like a metal structure. It's very, it doesn't seem like it belongs in these kind of jungle surroundings. But if you kind of turn it on its side and imagine you're looking through it like this, it kind of seems like a periscope or kaleidoscope, something that you look through, something like an eyeglass that it protrudes out, like you can collapse it and then expand it and it protrudes out. And you can kind of, I don't know why I want to do this, but I just like, it's like you're surveying the land, right? That's what this reminds me of. So that might resonate with you, but I'm seeing it very, it's very strong. This sense that it's almost like if this elephant is trapped in this cage and it has the key and it unlocks it, these are all going to collapse down so that it can exit. I don't know why that, it's talking about leveling. It's talking about progression and leveling and this sense that, okay, I just heard ivory tower, so that's interesting. Some of you might have decided that you were going to leave like a corporate job for something different. I know a lot of people that have done that. And I'm not saying anything against corporate jobs. To a certain extent, it's like if you work for a big company, it's kind of a corporate job. Like I work in hospitality, so it's like I say hospitality, but it's part of a corporation, right? So like, does that mean I have a corporate job? Like when I worked in retail, that was part of a corporation. Sometimes it felt like a corporate job, and sometimes it just felt like your old neighborhood bookstore, which is where I used to work. So, but there's something about the tower aspect of it. It's like somebody out that I see has like kind of elevated themselves through the ranks, and then they get to the top and it's kind of like the trappings of it, and it's lonely at the top, and it's not what you thought it was going to be. That's just for some. I really feel as though now you want to kind of unlock yourself from that situation. It can be difficult though, because once we get that steady paycheck, it's difficult to let go of that steady paycheck, right? And it's further clarified by this Two of Pentacles. You're just like on the fence, trying to make a decision, going back and forth in your mind. What what options are available to me? What do I choose? Am I actually happy up here, or am I just like holding on by a thread? Take this as a synchronicity. It's pretty profound when you look at the imagery. We're here in this jungle environment, we're here in this cityscape, and yet the feeling is the same. Even though she doesn't have a cage on her, she's still kind of trapped because she's trying to balance everything. So you could be trying to balance responsibilities and promises that you've made, commitments that you've made, and on one foot, no less. And they're even faced in the same direction, right? So this could be something, I don't know if you have a theme in your dreams about, so I have dreams sometimes where I'm always, I would say, I don't remember a lot of my dreams, but I would say a good 80%, well, it's like 75 to 80% of my dreams that I've ever dreamed in my entire life all happen inside of buildings, and I can never find a way out. I don't necessarily feel like I'm trapped until I feel like I'm trapped, right? It's only until you realize it, you start opening doors, and the doors lead to more doors, or the doors are like walls behind them, that you start to feel trapped. So I have dreams like this. So you might be having dreams like this where you're just feeling like stuck, trying to figure out how it is that you can manifest an exit. I joked in, I don't know if it was the Cancer reading, I think it was, a lot of people I know can fly in their dreams. And I always find this so astounding because I've never done that. I've never done that in a dream. I've never been like a superhero. So maybe that's part of breaking the barrier somehow. Being a kind of superhero, kind of like Neo in the Matrix. There does seem to be an answer, and Spirit is presenting it. There is a key to unlock this. There does seem to be an answer. And the Spirit just said the recognition that you have a choice is part of the answer. So Two of Pentacles, Pentacles energy is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And it talks about things that are maneuvering in the material world, the world that we live in on earth. And recognizing that you have a choice between what you're juggling with, like if you have two options and both balls are kind of juggling up in the air, you can choose to put one down. You may not think that you have that choice, but we always have choice. We just have to deal with the consequences. Which might not be a helpful statement to make, but it's still the truth that I understand. It's almost what Spirit just said, like, create the exit. Almost like if you see a door in your dreams but it doesn't have a door handle, draw a door handle and open the door. Kind of like now they're showing me Harold and the Purple Crayon, which is a very famous children's book, which I think they're making into a movie. That was my sister's favorite book when she was younger. Harold and the Purple Crayon. He drew his reality. And Spirit is saying something like that. You see a door without a handle, draw a handle and open the door. The Spirit just said lucid dreaming. You know, that kind of control only happens when we're lucid dreaming, when we know we're dreaming. And then we can manipulate that scenery. I'm actually going to ask for clarifier on that one. Can I have a clarifier for keys on trees? Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, the Emperor. Look at that. Emperor in reverse. Number 4 in the major arcana, representing Aries energy. You feel a sense of a lack of control. A lack of control. I'm looking at his crown, which doubles as his empire, right? It's like that crown has the weight of his whole empire on it. The Emperor is used to being in the driver's seat. The CEO energy. So again, I'm seeing that corporate ladder thing. Kind of being stuck in that corporate environment. It doesn't have to be corporate. It could be like any kind of situation, but with the Emperor card coming out in reverse, it's definitely hearkening back to this sense of feeling like you're off your game somehow, wanting to regain that control. The next card we have is the number 38, reduces to an 11, which is the Justice card. And the card is Lullaby. Lullaby. You can see here the cello that he has kind of depicts the landscape. It's a completely different landscape than the one that's behind him. This is this dreamy, watery moon landscape. And then this is kind of all land. Very surreal. Like, well, Lullaby talks about song. It's meant to put us to sleep. Wow, Spirit just said keep us passive. Okay. Wow, Spirit just said keep us passive. Passive and unquestioning. Blind to something. See how his eyes are covered up here by his, I think they call these bowler hats. See, and he's not in the middle of playing anything. His bow is down by his side. perhaps waiting to play a new song. So interesting, because the Four of Swords in reverse is clarifying it. Isn't that something? Lullaby. These are beautiful synchronicities you're getting in your reading right now. Four of Swords is all about rest, recuperation, relaxation, recovery. You can see how relaxed she looks. There's these moons, these sliver crescent moons. But this card is in reverse. Very clear message. Very, very clear. Something is trying to lull you into a place of passivity. And when this card is in reverse, it's like, wake up. We're waking up now. Wake up to the situation. Wake up to what's actually happening to you. Recognize that you have a lot more power than you think you do. This is the Emperor. Other ways that Spirit can communicate similar message through different cards. There's a reason why a major arcana, divine masculine, the most powerful divine masculine in the major arcana showed up for you. Even if it's in reverse. You have a lot more power than you think. Some people could be threatened by that. They see you in this creator energy and they're threatened by it. Even this card, right? This is the card that I use at the beginning of, or as the screen cap that I put on all my videos. Leo says, I will. I will. My will. My will be done. That's very interesting. Let's get a clarifier. What does Leo have to wake up from? Damn. Okay. Three of Swords is the heartbreak card. It comes right before the Four of Swords. So now we understand why you are in this energy, because there was a massive disappointment. It's interesting. I never really noticed how his arm here is kind of like cradling that pain. Cradling that heartache and heartbreak. Disappointment, devastation. Three of Swords is like the hardest card in the tarot to deal with besides the Ten of Swords, in my opinion. I mean, it's all relative to all the cards around it, but in my opinion. When we get the Three of Swords, we haven't fully healed from something. We're trying to. Definitely, I see there's progression because this is a clarifying card. You're definitely progressed. You've experienced this. And Spirit just showed me this word lullaby. And now they just said, don't let your disappointments put you to sleep at night. Like, don't let these pains turn you into a martyr, or don't let them define who you are. They can be a part of your experience, but if you start to associate all of your identity with all the pain you've been through without the progression after it, the lifting yourself up, the sense of love and energy you can put behind that, if you stay in this energy, this is all you're ever going to be, which is trapped, right? But I mean, these two cards came out in the beginning for you. It's like you can taste this, and there could be moods and could be fluctuations between this energy and this energy, right? That's the human experience. But again, with this creator card, this creator manifester, we create our experience. We create the world around us. And we're going to end the reading with number 18, which is the Moon card. It's all about mysteries, Pisces energy, treasured memories. So interesting here because this is like, it's a surreal deck, and this balloon is like a barely there balloon holding a cloud. It's almost like I could pop it and everything would just disintegrate. Kind of like, okay, Spirit just showed me that video where somebody was feeding a raccoon and gave it some cotton candy, and it put its hands out, but the cotton candy dropped into some water and it completely disappeared. And the raccoon was absolutely dumbfounded. Like, where did it go? So it's almost like maybe you're... I just heard a weird car alarm. Okay. Maybe you're experiencing this right now. You're looking back on some memories and you just can't quite... It's almost like we can't quite remember why it was important to us. Like, we get the overall gist, but we might not have the details. Or this could be representing that dream, or those dreams we're talking about. You know how you felt when you woke up, but you can't quite pull it in. Right? The Tower, another major arcana, number 16. Scorpio and Aries energy. So this is two Aries energies. So I know this reading is for Leo, but you might be a cross watcher, Aries cross watcher, or have dealings with an Aries, or have Aries in prominent placements in your chart. The Tower is... The Tower moments happen to us when we find ourselves in these places of stagnation or complacency. You see how it's like, you see the synchronicities happening here? It's like we start off in the cage, and then we free ourselves from the cage, and now we're the whole thing to smithereens, right? Metaphorically speaking. I'm thinking of the movie Fight Club. If you've ever seen the movie Fight Club with Edward Norton and Brad Pitt, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant film. It's so wacky, but fantastic. And there are a lot of themes in that film having to do with, I mean, they're not so nice themes. Anarchy, just upset of the system. That movie is all about the system that we find ourselves within, that keep us trapped and bound, keep us passive. That same author, that author of Fight Club, because it was a book first, his name is Chuck Palahniuk. I read that book when it first came out in 98, 99. I'd never read anything like it before in my life. I don't know that I've ever read anything like it since. Maybe The Road. Anyway, he also wrote a book called Lullaby. So maybe Chuck Palahniuk, that author, is relevant to you. Take it as it resonates. Lullaby is really messed up. It's all about what we're consuming. What we're consuming consumes us. What we're taking in becomes us. And I see you kind of leveling something in your life right now. So I'm going to read from the book for the Creator, number 22. 22. the artist, the alchemist, the innovator. The creator, the first archetype in the trio of existence, is not intimidated by darkness or lack. They know that from the void, creation inevitably emerges. With meager, minimal, and outlandish materials, the creator reveals a new image. They make the empty room resonate with healing sounds. They generate bounty from the seed that others tossed away. Though generative, this archetype annihilates preconceived notions of what is possible, leaving unexpected openings in the wake of its destruction. The creator does this by first being absolutely present to what is, not imagining or wishing things were different. And second, trusting that a force greater than themselves awaits constant collaboration with each human soul. Whether we call it nature, God, goddess, Shakti, or divinity, it remains nameless. It is the creator's lifelong companion. The creator is naturally attractive and coveted as its energy zings with possibility. You can feel when a creator type enters the room. All eyes land on them. Doesn't that sound like a Leo? To increase your creator energy, ward off jadedness at all costs. Recommit to childlike curiosity. Nix the rules. So that's your reading, Leo. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Leo.